ruler, they don't even know it, is their brother, their long-lost brother, whom they sold for silver many years ago, threw him under the bus, rejected him many, many years ago, and he's in disguise. They don't know it's him yet. And this is amazing. The story gets so good. But here's a picture from Saqqara, Egypt, right here. And this is an actual picture of Hebrew, Semitic people. They use the yellow pigments paint. And there's two Egyptians here, and one of them's holding a document. You can see it right up there. He's holding a document. And then what happens, there's like right about where I'm at in the picture. You can't see it in this one, but there's an oversized figure whom it could be Joseph. They're presenting this document to him, and they make him oversized because he's a ruler. Well, these are Hebrew people with new clothing, and they could see that they have their livestock, their herders. And over here, you can see one of them with a harp down below. It's right down here. You can see one of them with a lyre, which is like the harp, right? And then you can see what appears to be scrolls on top of that donkey. There's two young ones, and there's some women. They all have new clothing. This is an amazing picture because it proves that, yes, this actually did happen. Joseph's story was real. It's for real. It's not made up. The Bible is not fiction. It's fact. But let's go into the scripture and let's take a look. Genesis chapter 42. Here we are. So when Jacob learned that there was grain for sale, right? There was grain for sale in Egypt. He said to his sons, "Why do you look at one another?" And he said, "Behold, I have heard that there is grain for sale in Egypt. Go down." He says, "Go down and buy grain for us that we may live and not die." So this is a very severe famine over all the world, it says, over all the earth. So 10 of Joseph's brothers, right? It's all of them except for Benjamin, went down to buy grain in Egypt. But Jacob did not send Benjamin, Joseph's brother, with his brothers, for he feared that harm might happen to him. Thus the sons of Israel came to buy among the others who came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan. Later it says here in the scriptures that it was over the whole world. Now Joseph was governor over the land. He was the one who sold to all the people of the land, and Joseph's brothers came and bowed themselves before him with their faces to the ground. Joseph saw his brothers and recognized them, but he treated them like strangers and spoke roughly to them. "Where do you come from?" he said. They said, "From the land of Canaan to buy food." And Joseph recognized his brothers, but they did not recognize him. And Joseph remembered the dreams that he had dreamed of them. And he said to them, "You are spies. You have come to see the nakedness of the land." And they said to him, "No, my Lord, your servants," they're calling themselves his servant now, "your servants have come to buy food. And we are all sons of one man. We are honest men. Your servants have never been spies." He said to them, "No, it is the nakedness of the land that you have come to see." And they said, "We, your servants, are 12 brothers, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is no more." They were speaking about himself, right? The Jewish people for many years, they think that Jesus is no more, but he is alive. You see the picture. But Joseph said to them, "It is as I said to you, you are spies. By this you shall be tested, by the life of Pharaoh. You shall go from this place unless your youngest brother comes here. Send one of you and let him bring your brother while you remain confined, that your words may be tested, whether there is truth in you. Or else by the life of Pharaoh, surely you are spies." And he put them all together in custody for 3 days. Interesting, 3 days. And on the third day, Joseph said to them, "Do this and you will live, for I fear God. But if you are honest men, let one of your brothers remain confined here where you are in custody, and let the rest go and carry grain for the famine of your households, and bring your youngest brother to me. So your words will be verified, and you shall not die. And they did so. Then they said to one another, in truth, we are guilty concerning our brother, speaking about Joseph. Now they're remembering what they did to Joseph here. And that we saw the distress of his soul when he begged us and we did not listen. It's like the picture of the cross, right? That is why this distress has come upon us, they were saying. And Reuben answered them, did I not tell you not to sin against the boy? But you did not listen. So now there comes a reckoning for his blood. They did not know that Joseph understood them, for there was an interpreter between them. So Joseph is standing right there when this is going on. Isn't this amazing? And it breaks Joseph's heart when he hears this. Listen to this. Then he turned away from them and wept, it says. And he returned to them and he spoke to them. And he took Simeon from them and bound him before their eyes. And Joseph gave orders to fill their bags with grain and to replace every man's money in his sack, and to give them provisions for the journey. This was done for them. So Joseph was taking care of them. But back here he says, and he took Simeon from them and bound him before their eyes. So he's taking one of them, not hostage, but as like collateral, like, okay, if you guys are telling the truth, you come back with your other brother and you'll all be restored here. So he's just testing them is what he's doing right here. But there's an amazing picture. There's an amazing picture of Simeon, I believe, in that what I showed you earlier of Joseph for the Saqqara Egypt painting of this right here. Because remember, they're coming back with new clothing. This is probably the very end of the story when they do come back and Joseph forgives them and saves them, right? And Israel remembers him and realizes that he's alive. But right here you can see, I'm going to zoom in with this a little bit so you can see it. But you can see in the top there, I don't know if you can see it right here, but the top, let me change this a little bit so you can see it real clearly. Right over here, you can see someone who's bound on this wall painting from Saqqara, Egypt, that you can see even today. Right there, you can see it right there on the top, that picture. He's bound. That could be their brother Simeon, right? Isn't that interesting that we can see these kinds of things? This came from Saqqara, Egypt. It was a very well-preserved wall painting, which tells a story, right? So that's what we see. So then in verse 26, he says, then they reloaded their donkeys with their grain and departed. And as one of them opened his sack to give his donkey fodder, the food, right, the grain, at the lodging place, he saw his money in the mouth of his sack. And he said to his brothers, my money has been put back. Here it is in the mouth of my sack. And at this, their hearts failed them. And they turned trembling to one another, saying, what is this that God has done to us? So when they came to Jacob their father in the land of Canaan, they told him all that had happened to them, saying, the man of the Lord of the land spoke roughly to us, took us to be spies of the land. But we said to him, we are honest men. We have never been spies, but we are 12 brothers, the sons of our father. One is no more, and the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. Then the man, the Lord of the land, said to us, by this I shall know that you are honest men. Leave one of your brothers with me and take the grain for the famine to your households and go your way. Bring your youngest brother to me. Then I shall know that you are not spies, but are honest men, and I will deliver your brother to you, and you shall trade in land. And as they emptied their sacks, behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. And when they and their father saw their bundles of money, they were afraid. They were all afraid, even Jacob. This is crazy stuff, right? This is amazing. And Jacob, their father, said to them, "You have bereaved me of my children. Joseph is no more, and Simeon is no more, and now you would take Benjamin. All this has come against me," Jacob said. And then Reuben said to his father, "Kill my 2 sons if I do not bring them back to you." So he's like swearing to them that we're going to bring him back. "Put him in my hands, and I will bring him back to you." But he said, "My son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is the one left. If harm should happen to him on the journey that you are to make, you would bring down my gray hairs in sorrow to Sheol." So Jacob is very sad right here. But that's not the end of the story, right? That's not the end of the story, because they go back for more grain and they do end up bringing Benjamin. And then they see, this is when Joseph reveals to them that he is alive, just like Jesus. During that 7-year time of great trouble, like the 7-year famine in the future, Jesus will reveal to Israel that he is alive. He will say to them, just like Joseph said to them, he said in Hebrew, "Ani Yosef," I am Joseph, your brother. Jesus might say, "Ani Yeshua," I am Jesus, I am Yeshua, your brother, whom you threw under the bus, you rejected, you despised and rejected many years ago and sold me for silver, but I am Yeshua, and he's going to forgive them, and he's going to show them great grace and mercy, and it's going to be a beautiful day when that happens, and it will happen. And we see it right here in the story of Joseph. So, hey, my friend, don't forget to like this video. It gets it out there to more people, and subscribe. Check out my book, See Jesus in the Old Testament, 320 pages of where you can find Jesus in the Old Testament. It's got Joseph's story in there as well. Many, many, many more. I think it'll bless you. You can get it on Amazon. But don't forget, you can also watch this playlist right here. See Jesus in the Old Testament for free. I think you will be blessed by it, my friend. I love you. And remember this, Jesus wins in the end.